welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. In case you just tuned in, I'm your host Jason, and of course Wissam is with me as well, and we have Diane Herft in the studio. In case you're wondering who she is a digital artist, also a food blogger.
And also a foodie.
A foodie at the same time, because she likes her
and
food.
a blogger, and I think Jason, she blogs a lot about food. So in this segment, let's ask her a few questions on that note. But before we do, Diane, I want to ask you, you said that a part of your life you were not living in Sri Lanka, you were also living in a few other countries. So if you could just talk a little bit about that.
I was born in Zambia, and I lived there for about 10 years. I was in a boarding school close-ish to the border of Angola, so that was an interesting experience, being there pretty much 9 months out of the year. So the food wasn't the greatest when we were there, which is probably why I have so much passion for it now, make up for the lost time. And then I moved here for a while, went to school here, and then moved to Australia, and now I'm back here again. So it's a bit of a gypsy.
You've basically, Diane, you've had a lot of exposure. I mean, part of your life in Africa, part of your life in Australia, and then you decide to come in Sri Lanka and settle down and be a digital artist.
Pretty much,
my question to you is this. Now, if you take the international arena, art and digital art as an industry, it's a lot more, how do you say, Jason, it's
a much bigger picture, like, it's huge. We have no vocabulary.
It's a bigger industry, and there's so much more learning you can get. Would you not agree that digital art as a industry here in Sri Lanka is not as big as it is internationally? So why do you think of coming here and settling down with that field in mind?
Well, first it was the opportunity that I had to work here as well, and learn from, a small group of really talented people, and also your art is only as good as much as you're inspired. So, and I love being here. I love being, around my friends, and there's so much. I love being in Sri Lanka. It's such a beautiful place, and that's inspiration in itself. So, I mean, you could probably be out there where it's much bigger and much wider the scope, but if you're not really happy doing it, then you're not really going to feel it. And for me, when I put something into my art, I want to be able to feel it completely, and I want people to look at it and go, oh, I can relate, and I can tell there's a connection to that. So just being here, I think, is right for me right now. I'm not sure if I'll be here forever, but for the moment,
it's a great platform for you to start off on.
It is.
That's a good thing. Let me ask you this, something personal. When you moved from Zambia to Australia and then come to Sri Lanka, did you have like an identity crisis? I'm so curious, what did you sound like when you went to Australia and then you came here? Like, it's a mixture of...
Yeah, and someone asks you, what do you call yourself?
I'm a Zambia, Australia, Sri Lankan?
Well, when I first moved here from Zambia, a lot of my own relatives couldn't understand my accent. They used to ask my dad, what did Diane just say? So, I've just learned to cope with people looking at me a bit strangely and going, where are you from?
Where are you from?
You don't sound like you belong anywhere. So, like I said, a bit of a gypsy, but yeah.
And what do you like most about Sri Lanka?
The food. Did you have to ask?
Of course.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
Yeah. Well,
on that note, Jason, let's get into the food. I'm hungry, actually.
Yeah.
I've not had breakfast yet.
All right, so food. Now, let me ask you this. Obviously, the food blog that you have, that came out because you love food since you were a kid. But when did the blog actually start? What inspired you to be like, you know what, maybe I should write reviews on certain dishes and let the world know what I think?
Well, what I do is actually I started off doing reviews, and then I thought recipes, because I used to, when we go to family stuff, I used to always come up with these weird, desserts that nobody's ever had before. So people were like, you should do this. You should, put up your recipes and come up with different things. And so that's what I kind of started doing now when I was in Sydney, and it's something I love, but I've tried to tone that down a bit because I usually end up eating most of what I make. Well, somebody has to test it, right?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, right now, again, then decided to work on doing healthy desserts because I have such a huge sweet tooth. And I realize other people might do too, so I'm working on that with some other talented friends of mine. So that's kind of exciting to kind of get into.
Yeah, that's actually what I've heard is like the new fad. Like, healthy food is the today cool.
It can actually taste pretty good. It's amazing.
Yeah,
some things are kind of like, ooh, no. But yeah.
Yeah, we've had a couple of guests with like healthy food and we've tasted it and it's amazing.
Yep.
So yes, I would definitely love to try some.
Also, Dan, like when you go to a restaurant and you order food, are you one of those girls who take a camera out and take a picture before you start eating?
Instagram moment.
Or is your Facebook profile filled with pictures of food?
Well, kind of.
On the dot. We did our
Wow,
research
yeah.
well. Stalked her on Facebook.
Like I said, every other, it has to, really impress me, which is usually every time I go out to eat somewhere. yeah. I love food, and others should appreciate it when it's done right.
So, have you ever thought of digitalizing images of food?
You know what? I haven't. Maybe I should start after today.
Yeah, like,
I think I have to do that.
One craze to another, combine it and put it out
right?
there.
Yeah, that's definitely an idea. I think I'm going to have to do that.
picture by Diane Herft of spaghetti has just sold for $1.5 million US, ladies and gentlemen. Good God, who knew? All right, so if there was one dish that you would love to be eradicated from this world, from this earth, Middle Earth, or just dissipate. I learned that word recently, so I thought I'd use it.
I thought you were going to ask about which dish you'd like the most, but yeah, okay, let's go.
No, which one would you throw out of this world? Something that would go to a galaxy far, far away.
You know what? I can't really think of anything. I really do like all sorts of
You like it all?
Yeah, I like it all.
I hate broccoli, so I would just throw it. Yeah, it's a vegetable. It's not really a dish, but I still hate it when it comes served with anything.
Everything's good with cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Okay, then what's on top of your list?
Ooh, on top of my list. Let me see. Dessert or say
Anything.
On top would probably be a cheese kotu.
Oh,
Yeah, she's Sri Lankan. She's Sri Lankan.
That's the sub.
I can't help
That,
it.
that deserves a high five. And mental high five to you.
But yeah, that's pretty much. But I love lamb, grilled lamb, and
I like that
that
too.
sort of thing. I'm making you hungry, aren't I?
Yeah. I've not had breakfast yet.
Wait, what?
I've not had breakfast yet. I'm hungry.
Wow, that's harsh. I just had an amazing meal.
Dan, my next question.
Yes.
Now, being a foodie, which means you like experimenting, you like going and ordering all sorts of new dishes, trying out new things. How do you maintain your figure?
Kickboxing, more walking. And yeah, just try to keep active. Like if I can walk somewhere to a friend's place, which might be like a 10-minute drive or something, I'd rather walk. It might take me about half an hour. I do get stared at a bit strangely because I don't think people are used to people just walking places just for the fun of it. But yeah, no, I do a lot of walking, and kickboxing's one of my greatest passions, which I started in Sydney. So that does keep you pretty fit if you do it regularly enough.
And also I'm sure keep you safe as well at times.
From us?
From Jason.
From me? But anyways, we're running out of time. But can you tell me what your blog is so that people at home could know what to look for?
It's called the Sweet Tooth Chronicles.
The Sweet Tooth Chronicles.
Yeah, but I've also got a page here which is called The Constant. I blog under the name The Constant Craver. So
Craver.
yeah, Constant Craver back in Colombo, which is my Facebook page on that. But I've been a bit slack, so I need to get back up to speed on updating that. And
maybe I should make a movie. Sweet Tooth Chronicles.
Great.
What will the adventure be next?
Oh well, Jason, I think we're running out of time.
Unfortunately,
that's all we can talk to Diane about.
Diane, thank you so much. It's been
thank
so
you guys.
awesome.
It's been fun.
And of course, we've got 2 more segments coming up and a special guest as well, so don't go away. We'll be right back on Good Morning Sri Lanka.